I would bring her leg up into kickstand, go ahead and address the calves, a little bit of traction, and I'm going to continue working on this leg. These movements to me are very classically Thai. It's something that I'll always go back to and always use. I am going to push her leg away and bring her up and bring her leg up, and then I'm going to sit. Usually my leg will almost drape over the other person's leg. I like this passive body contact. I'm going to have my toe facing out and my leg lengthened. What will happen is, depending on my leg length, because your legs might be longer or shorter or whatever it is, you might have to scoot yourself forward or back. I want you to have the leg completely lengthened and ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder in one line. I'm going to bring her just a little bit past 90 degrees, so her leg isn't straight up like this. She's a little bit past 90 degrees. I'm going to lengthen my leg, hold onto her foot and above the ankle, and I'm going to pull her into my foot. Big, broad arch. I'm going to disengage, move about an inch down. Going to disengage. Usually from this position, I can go about halfway. If I start to go lower, it's almost going to lift their hips like off the ground because of the leverage involved. More pressure
you go
right there.
Just down there.
Halfway down the femur. If I go down here, I'm going to do this real quick so you can see what's the difference. You see how she starts, you see I don't get the leverage, I don't get the pull. I'm bringing her past 90 degrees. I'm not really doing this. I'm not pushing with my leg. I'm lengthening my leg and pulling her onto my foot. But when you do it rapidly and easily, it looks like I'm pushing with my foot. Does that make sense? My toes, say it again?
Your body is just pulled.
Body weight. That's how those little Thai ladies beat people up. I will be proud to go there and go, ow. Ah.
Make them feel good. When you're out.
My toes are facing out to prevent her from rolling open. It's not wrong to do it the other way, but I find it easier to get them in a line. Ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder. You can also see that my guns, I'm from Texas, I shoot up instead of like being facing off a different direction. I'm going to turn my toes in, and they're going to go almost under the knee, and I'm going to let her leg roll open now. Aha, very open hips. I'm going to let her shin cross mine, and now I've got this nice little handle. Big, broad arch. I want it to press a little more perpendicular. She's going to get a little more pressure this way into the femur, which means making a T. If I'm like this, I want it to come straight in. How's that? As I get towards the groin, I can usually turn my toes out. You can essentially get your heel right to the ischial tuberosity. Doesn't make women feel uncomfortable at all when I'm using my legs to do this. It also feels very different because it's such a big, broad pressure. They know what's going on. There is a line that we have not covered at the back of the leg. It splits the bellies of biceps femoris, kind of semimembranosus, semitendinosus. I've softened her, big broad arch, big broad arch, big broad arch. Now I'm going to come in with my heel right there.